a retro gamer and hobbyist artist with a lot of nerve. Crowlister, the master of ponage. Hi guys, Crowlister here, and let's continue playing Pac-Man. We are now at the Ghost Island area, the quote-unquote final section of the game. Of course, I must put in the warning that for anybody that hasn't played the game yet, that this video does contain spoilers, since we're this far into the game. Though it's unlikely you haven't already seen.
I see you finally made it to Ghost Island.
It's been a long, tiring journey. Spooky's up ahead, right?
Indeed, he should be. But don't forget about Wormwood the Ghost Tree. It's quite likely he'll be out there waiting to ambush you. Do be careful, Pac-Man.
I'll do my best, Professor. By the way, what are these?
The path ahead is worn down. There are patches that could give way at any moment. You bear the risk of falling right through those cracks if you try to run across. Which is why I got you these inline skates. Not only is skating faster than running, but you'll skate through safely.
Inline skates, huh? Peachy. Leave it to me. I'll zip right on through.
In comparison to the original game, Haunted Boardwalk is very different and much easier. Same as with the original game, the purpose of the roller skates in Haunted Boardwalk is so that you can get across the docks before they collapse. And they carry that over in a different way in this game, where the boards will collapse less than a second after you land on them. Make sure to jump at the tip of the ramps. And to use checkpoint resetting if you mess up. Like I just did. You gotta be careful while jumping the rails while you're dealing with the bats. If you land at the wrong moment, you'll grind the rail backwards, and then you're gone. So, checkpoint resetting helps. Dang it. Try not to neglect your score. You need to get enough points in the stage for one of the missions. Rail sliding. Looks a lot like what you would expect from a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Right? And after all, Pac-Man is doing a crossover with Sonic the Hedgehog, as you know. Now for the hard parts. You have to be extra careful to land on the rails here. Otherwise, you'll mess up. There had to be some part of the stage that was hard, right? Anyway. Clear.
All right. Let's go.
Oh, how I hate night crawling. There are easy to miss fruit in it, and the part where you have to navigate the labyrinths is not fun at all. If you're not paying attention, you can miss the melon at the very start right here. In fact, that happened to me in my first playthrough. You have to roll or bounce up this slope.
Yummy!
The magician ghost will shoot fireballs to attack, and will also shoot these purple orbs, which cause confusion and will reverse your controls if you get hit with those. Now for the first labyrinth. You cannot jump over these, just so you know. You have to go the long way. Unless you're a hardcore speedrunner. You can push in the right analog stick to zoom out so you can see the entire maze where you're at. And it'll automatically zoom out as you turn the tunnels. This is the only easy one. The mud pulls you under. Be extra careful about walking in it. The skeletons that have shields and spears will block your kick if you try to kick them, so you have to bounce on them or attack them after stunning them.
Yummy! Yep. Yummy!
Give me a while I struggle to hit this crate here. My reaction is definitely not good enough. That's another way to get, I guess.
Yummy! Tasty! Yummy!
This game definitely doesn't have the best camera views. Gotta watch the bad as you get the smell.
Yummy!
I'm using the checkpoint save specifically to refill my health. So, you know. Alright, this is a pain to navigate by all means.
Yummy!
Need strawberry. And then that would be what you do to get the orange. Which, as you can see, I didn't even get because I was being rushed.
Yummy!
I'm almost there. I'm almost there. This part's not fun at all.
Yep. Yep. Eat 'em all.
I never really had an issue finding much of the fruit on my own in my very first playthrough of the game, and for playing the game mostly blind, meaning without looking up any strategy guides or plays at all on YouTube. The only fruit that were kind of hard to find or hard to get for me, besides the orange and melon in Pac Village that are in the smokestacks of the buildings, were one of the oranges in Deadly Poisonous Meadow, and the balloon crates at that one part of Harsh Winds, which requires a super bounce, and if you mess it up, you have to restart the whole stage. Other than that, finding all the fruit was not a hassle at all for me. There are just some parts where you have to really look around by aiming the camera.
Tasty. Tasty.
And now the third and final of these. I have no reason not to turn this one. Spears here. Come on, I didn't see that skeleton come. Still lost me some bonus points, though. Wow. Talking about making Haunted Boardwalk easier, they made night crawling significantly harder. I was distracted by the skeleton. This isn't really what I need to turn. This is. I need to get the melon. I didn't struggle nearly as bad to remember the sequence in this part as I did the previous one. This is the sequence the tunnels must be in order to get out and progress to the next section. It took me a while to flip the right ones. Or to remember that I had to flip some that I didn't. And now here's what makes the gold medal extremely demanding. You have to hit 3 blue switches in sequence to find the power pellet. There are 6 ghosts. The area is spread out so that they can get far away enough to avert you with 1 power pellet. And you have to eat all 6 of them in order to open the gate and progress. That might be the least fair part of the whole game. I was lucky enough that I got every single one, and only just. So, I can go. You can use a checkpoint reset to make the power pellet come back earlier. Just keep in mind you can't do that while doing the gold medal. Now we got pole jumping. Mind the bats while you do this.
Yummy!
I'm coming right back to that elevator. I want to take out the enemies first. There's some skeletons, and then there's some spiders.
Tasty!
Like I said, I had no problem finding nearly any of the fruit on my own. Some more pole jumping. Gotta do it for an orange.
Yep. Yeah. Tasty.
Pack dots are optional, so if I'm in a hurry, I can avoid them. I'm gonna try to kick the bat out of the way before I jump the elevators. In order to beat this stage, you have to be good at understanding that you need to shoot at where the last alien is going to be, not at where they're currently at. I'm referring, of course, to the Taito game Space Invaders.
Yummy!
The flutter jump ability also helps, of course. Let me get the skeletons before I go. One of the oranges is on this Pac-Man chain.
Tasty.
Now the case where I have a bat and a bunch of shield skeletons. Talk about fair.
Yep.
Let me get the bat before I jump. Some more skeletons. And a bat on the bridge again. Yeah, stupid bat. Stupid shields. And there's an easy-to-miss melon right at the end as well, just like the one at the beginning.
Tasty.
Remember to open the chest before you pick up the stage end token. And with that, clear.
All right.
The labyrinths in this stage are specifically what get me. And that one part with the ghosts for the gold medal. Now for what a first player Experience might claim to be the hardest stage in the game, though I found it a lot easier and funner in this playthrough than my first playthrough, and that's Ghosts Bayou.
It's dark and dank here, plus it smells disgusting.
Ah, Pac-Man, you've kept me waiting.
You must be Wormwood.
My brother, the golden fruit tree always hogged the golden fruit to himself. He sapped my powers dry, leaving me a barren husk. But now the tables have turned, thanks to the ghost stealing the golden fruit. I have been restored to my unbridled glory. And yet, in my moment of triumph, you insist on standing in my way.
Can the prattle, where's Spooky?
You may wish to reseal him in the golden fruit tree, but it's far too late. The ghosts paid the price for underestimating you, but I am not the great ghost tree without reason. You'll find that I am not like the amateurs you face so far. This labyrinth will be your holding cell while Spooky raises Pac-Land to the ground.
What? You mean Spooky's not here?
You will watch helplessly as your home crumbles before your very eyes.
Oh no, he must have gone to steal the other golden fruit in Pac Village. I've got to get back Stat. The villagers are in danger.
I found this stage so difficult in my first playthrough, and I was fearful that I would never be able to legitimately beat it without actually losing a stomach. However, I learned a few details by watching speedruns of the game after that, and they made the stage so much easier. By the way, you have to defeat all enemies on this stage for one of the missions, even the bats. So make sure not to keep any enemies alive. Remember that the ghosts with shields and spears block your flip kicks, so you have to bounce them or attack them while they're stunned. At least they made the stage so that it's not nearly as easy to get lost in it as compared to the original Ghost Bayou from the original game. That's one good point about this version of the stage. The craters that you see have lightning strikes that'll attack in rhythm, so make sure to keep away from them until the lightning bolt just comes down. And if it isn't obvious, if you fall into the toxic water, you lose a stock. The little stumps with the wormwood roots around them sink into the water and rise back up in rhythm. If you jump for them, at the very moment they just plunge, you should be able to make it. And for the bats that fly around them, I highly recommend you go back after just kicking them, because even if you defeat them, they can block you while you're jumping and force you under. So you have to be particularly careful around those guys. I kinda want to make a joke about the bats by calling them a cuss word, by calling them bats as a play of the B-A word, except, you know, YouTube and their policies. I could possibly get in trouble for that. They are that word, though, in this game. Wait for the thunder. Alright, here's the first of the Wormwood hearts. These are being guarded by force fields created by magician ghosts. You have to eat all the ghosts where they appear, and then attack the Wormwood heart in order to progress. You can attack it by touching it as Mega Pac-Man, or flip kick it while you're not Mega Pac-Man.
Oh, you scoundrel! How dare you! No matter. Haste makes waste, so let's not end things too quickly. Don't get too cocky. I want to savor stamping out your measly hopes with a crushing defeat. Try to keep me entertained.
I better get a move on. Everyone's waiting for me.
Very well, let's proceed. You got some spinning cog platforms with skewers on them.
Yummy!
To get this melon, a well-aimed super bounce and flutter jump followed by another is required. And you have to do it on a sinking platform, so it can be a little scary. Dang. Screw it, I'll just use a checkpoint buffer. Though it's not faster, it is safer. Remember, you have to defeat all enemies, so having shield skeletons on the collapsing boardwalk is not convenient at all. Of course, you do need to go both ways in order to get all of the items, or just master the score as well.
Tasty! Yummy!
Yeah, there are 4 different fruit on this. And then you have to get one of the oranges in this one. And one of the cherries.
Yummy!
Galaxian boss for enemies. A little bit of pole jumping. There's a turning skewer, so you gotta be careful on this pole.
Here we go!
Those didn't necessarily need to be beetles, although they do necessarily have to be in clumsy Bayou in the post-game area. Stupid camera view. Pretty smooth maneuvering. Alright, we're approaching where the next Wormwood card is. You'll need to flip Pac-Man switches to get power pellets to take out the 4 ghosts here. Double knockout right there. Nice. Very nice. I completely forgot. If you're not fast to take out the Wormwood heart, it'll release a shock ring that'll damage you on contact. So you should take it out quickly.
You're good, Pac-Man. But don't think I'll just keel over and let you have your way. I'll take you on myself. Forget stalling for time. I'll end you here, once and for all. Time to say goodbye, Pac-Man!
Kinda talkative for a tree, aren't you? But I don't have time for idle chit-chat. Let's cut him down to size. The villagers are waiting for me.
It's not necessary, I'm just doing it anyway for extra points. Remember about the magic key. I can afford to miss those. Now, here's where the stage gets ridiculous. Wormwood will use its roots to attack you in various places all throughout this segment. I thought for sure they were going to make this stage virtually impossible to beat without losing any stocks. Then I watched somebody else do a speedrun of this game here on YouTube, and I learned that you can, in fact, kick the roots to deflect them and stop them from reappearing in that spot. If it wasn't for that, I would have struggled to get through the stage in this video, and had to have done a sloppy segment. So, yeah. After Wormwood raises its root up, just get ready to flip kick it, and you'll be just fine. Wait for the lightning. Let's go.
Gummy!
Like how there's just randomly speeding that long. Nice try.
Tasty. Yummy.
Dang it. Now it's doing so hot here. If I really wanted to grind for the Gossipon coins, I could just do it in the mazes. They're the dominant way to get them in.
Yummy.
Alright, now here's the scary part of the stage. Tightrope walking while getting harassed by Wormwood. Does not sound like fun. Just use your shadow to judge your landing area. Right, you're not even facing the right one. Still not. Well. Almost there. All the fruits. Now we got Wormwood just to kick off while we're on Paladins. I guess that's why they say slow and steady wins the race. If you're trying to get through it as quickly as possible, you can fall into the toxic swamp and lose easily. Gotta flip switches and find power pellets again. Again, it's unlikely that you'll be able to get every single ghost with one power pellet in this area. And if that doesn't happen, you have to wait before another one appears, which is not fun. Get the other Gossipon capsule. Parts. There it is. You are out of here.
Man! I don't understand. I was in full strength, and yet you still bested me.
This is game over for you, Wormwood.
No! My powers! My flame! It's fading! This isn't over! By now, Spooky will have arrived at the village! Pac-Land is doomed! I leave the rest to you, Spooky! Do your worst, Pac-Man!
Finally, shut up. Then just get the token and clear.
All right!
My favorite Gossipon figure in the game. Alright, now, after you beat Ghosts Bayou, you cannot return to the Pac Village Hub until after you deal with Spooky, as I'm about to show you. And you can use a Pac.chain to go directly to Ghost Island and back as well.
Let's go.
I like how Pac-Man's not in his Pac-Land
Oh
costume.
no! This is not looking good. Every last one of the golden fruits is just gone. Huh?
Looking for something? Perhaps this?
You. Hand over the fruit. It belongs to the golden tree.
Color me impressed. You made it back. Now Wormwood was supposed to stall you while I raised Pac-Land to the ground.
Too bad for you, Spooky. Navigating mazes is old hat for me.
So he botched it. Disappointing, but not surprising. At least he bought me enough time to steal this piece of golden fruit. That deserves some credit. All right, come, Pac-Man. Show me what you're made of.
Bring it on! I'll take you down and restore peace to Pac-Land.
Up close and personal. Let's go. The fireballs have pillars of fire that'll linger after they land, so you have to be extra careful. And it can be difficult to avoid the lightning attack. Just kind of have to memorize where they are traveling. If you're not quick to kick Spooky, he can generate a shockwave that'll push you away and dodge. And depending on where you at, you can get hit off the stage and fall easily. He can generate skeletons so you can get for Pac Dots and occasionally health lunges as well.
Not bad, Pac-Man. Enjoying this. The fun has just begun. You shall pay the price for sealing me under that rotten tree. Once I've defeated you, I'll take my time picking apart Pac-Land.
The laggy was kind of cutting off what he was saying there. Because, yeah. Alright, so he adorns some of the golden fruit, and his horns and hands turn gold. And he starts to use clones to deceive you. You can get rid of the clones by kicking them, and that'll be okay. And that can make the lightning part easier if you kick away only one of the clones. If you do both like I just did, you'll, just slow yourself down. So, I shouldn't do that. He also has a clawing attack that he can also occasionally do. And in my opinion, it's hard to avoid. Wow. This is arguably the hardest part of the battle. The real spooky is the one with the black Pac-Man on it, just so you know.
Enough! Playtime's over! Your powers will never be a match for mine, Pac-Man! Never! It's time to say goodbye to your beloved Pac-Land!
Then he gets the rest of them, and he turns completely gold and supersized for one more phase. Alright, now he'll raise parts of the ground up, and you have to do super bounces to climb them, and quickly before he strikes them back down. And because you have to do super bounces, you can mess it up easily if you're not quick enough. Remember, the fireballs leave flaming pillars after they land that hurt you on contact. So you gotta be very smart while dodging it like this, basically. No. I wasn't fast enough, and the shockwaves from the falling ground made me take a hit. Now that's not fair. Checkpoint saves are also meaningless during most of the bosses, so yeah. I'm determined to beat this boss here. I'm not as afraid of the fireball attack as some other people are. Alright, let's finish this. Never give up even at low health.
You came close, but no cigar, Pac-Man! I have the last laugh!
No, not like this. I can't give up.
You shall burn with your precious Pac-Land. So long, Pac-Man!
This can't be the end. This can't be.
Golden fruit, it's now or never. Please, lend me your strength.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that hit the spot. The last lap will be mine, Spooky.
That despicable form! I'll bury you in the golden fruit for good!
Similarly to Pac-Man World Re-Pac, to finish off Talkman, you have to press A repeatedly as soon as you come to this gigantic doomsday meteor to destroy it. Then after that, he destroys it, and then Spooky's scepter, and then Spooky gets destroyed completely. Pac Village looks like it's been completely destroyed. And then the Golden Pac-Man apparently has the ability to restore it back to what it was. Which is what he does now. Everyone's back, and they gave him a congrats return. Very similar to the original game's ending.
Hey, everyone! Happy to see me?
It was a good try, but Spooky didn't stand a chance.
Nice one.
Just like with the original game. Then credits roll, and stay put because we still have to do the mazes, which I'll do after the credits. The song that plays during the credits is called Pac-Maniacs 45, after, Pac-Man's 45th anniversary, which is the year this game released. So, yeah. Alright, so, that's the end of the game. Or is it? Pac-Man's kids are just playing around. And even though the golden fruit tree doesn't come back during the ending cutscene, it's back now, and it's giving off a mysterious glow. They approach, wondering what's going on. And they stumble. Pac-Boy even loses his hat. And that sparks into the Pac-Knight era post-game.
Pac-Man World 2, Re-Pac.
As you can see from my save slot, we're only not even halfway through the game. We would be halfway if I got the gold medals, which I decided not to do earlier, because they're a pain. And you get this cutscene.
The crisis has been averted not only in Pac Village, but in all of Pac-Land. We are all ever so grateful.
But there is one thing, Professor. I was wondering if you know where Pac-Boy and Pac-Sis went. I've looked around, but I can't seem to find them anywhere.
Pac-Man!
Pac-Mom was just telling me about it. The fact of the matter is, Pac-Boy and Pac-Sis have gone missing, vanished into thin air.
Vanished? Where'd those two get off to?
Alright, now I gotta do the mazes that are associated with Ghost Island. Here's the one from Haunted Boardwalk. Pac-Man is on the inline skates during this maze, and that means you cannot rev roll. If you try, you'll stumble, and you'll be left open for the ghosts or the bats to gain.
Mega Pac-Man!
You can knock the bats away with a power pellet, so that you can make the area around them safer. Galaxian bosses appear for the fruit target for 1,500 points.
Mega Pac-Man!
That's a really bad place for the ghosts to be there, huh?
Eat 'em all! Mega Pac-Man!
Clear.
All right!
Here's the one you get from Ghost's Bayou. Lightning will strike in certain places here.
Eat 'em all! Mega Pac-Man!
So we got the Ghost Island section of Gossipon opened. I already have the ghost hats since I pre-ordered the game. And notice how there are 3 redacted ones that you cannot get until further notice. Those are a spoiler for much later in the game, and I'm not going to tell you what they are in this episode. So you approach the tree, and he finds Pac-Boy's hat. Then it opens up.
Whoa! Whoa!
He gets sucked in as well. He's getting sucked back into the distant past where Spooky had first attacked Pac-Land. The game calls this the Pac-Night era. See Pac-Wizard working on his potion.
Huh? What happened to the village? Alright, now then, where'd those 2 get off to? Guess I need to do some digging around. Onwards, then.
And we will take on the Pac-Night era stages in a later video. These are basically harder versions of some of the game's ordinary stages. So, I guess we'll deal with Deadly Poisonous Meadow shortly. Consider subscribing, or at least checking out my channel if you like any of the franchises I have listed here, because I do plan to talk about them a lot, and want to keep doing so for my channel. I'm also a hobbyist artist that makes a lot of fan art of different game characters and franchises I like, and will occasionally come out with some Let's Plays of mostly retro games I have that I feel like are worth playing for sport on my channel. I do have quite a lot in mind, honestly, so consider checking me out if you're interested. And I guess in a few more days, I'll be coming out with the Pac-Night era stages, which is where the game really gets scary. So with that, wraps up this part of the Let's Play. I am Colster, Master of Ponage. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you on my next upload, whatever it might be. Bye.